You have to really remove your fear of rejection. Because the thing is, when you talk to women with no intention of trying to get with her and just talking to her, there's no fear of rejection. But when you operate with, I want to talk to this girl, there's so much fear of rejection that you can't enjoy the process.
True.
So I would always say, try and remove the fear of rejection.
Basically, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, khalas, you don't even need it. Yeah.
Yo, guys, welcome back to Ask. And today we have a special guest. We have Sadia, the #1 therapist here. And she'll give us advice, relationship, life, and everything. Thank you so much for coming today.
No, thank you. I'm excited.
And of course, we have Ghazi on my right. You like him, you love him, you see him everywhere. Now for the first question.
Right. Oh, we're going straight into it. There's no niceties, no nothing.
Straight
no
into
salam,
it.
No nothing.
Straight
Okay,
Straight into it.
Okay.
People want to know. People
Okay,
want to know.
let's go.
What do you do?
Oh, okay, nice and easy. So I used to be a psychology teacher. So I taught psychology for so many years in London and then Dubai. And then during COVID, because I had so much time off, I started going into therapy. And then just about a year or so ago, I quit teaching and I started posting a few of my therapy videos online. And it kind of just took off from there. And then from there, I've managed to just do a lot of podcasts and work on therapeutic clients. And I kind of focus in on couples. And I didn't mean to. I kind of just wanted to do general therapy. But whenever I post something about relationships, for some reason it just gets the most response, so I ended up becoming more of a couples counselor than I intended to, and that's kind of where I'm at now. So now I'm on podcast with you guys.
So like you specialized in couple therapy?
Yeah, well really I specialize in trauma, like what causes trauma, like in your childhood, what kind of things can leave you a bit traumatized, because that leads to poor relationships in the future. And then, but because people aren't as interested in that, but they are interested in why they get so jealous or why they keep cheating on their partner or why they're so then they kind of zoom in on me, and then I end up talking about relationships.
So tell us, what's the craziest story you ever heard?
Well, it's not the craziest story, but what I've noticed in modern times, I find that it's women cheating on men far more than men cheating on women. And women are cheating on men.
We heard it here straight, guys.
Oh, I'm so sorry to break this.
Women cheating on men.
Far more. And they're cheating on the nice, good husbands with his money. This is the thing that I find crazy. When you have a woman that you're kind of looking after and you're giving her spare time and she's not working and she's at home and she's got all this luxury time and money, women tend to be using that time and money to meet other men, unfortunately.
So why do you think so? They're cheating on nice guys?
Okay, I really hate to say this. I don't want to say this because I actually think being a nice guy and being a nice woman is something we should all aspire to be. Yeah, we should all try and be a nice husband and don't change it.
Yeah.
But I think the reality is when you're dating a toxic man who's difficult and up and down and making you feel insecure, you become preoccupied with him. You're thinking all the time, where is he going? Is he going to call me? He's like, you're stressed out all the time. And when you're stressed, you become so super focused. So they become so preoccupied with the man, they can't think about another man. But when you have a nice guy that makes you feel safe, secure, loved, you relax. And in that time of being relaxed, your brain seeks more connections, and it seeks some stimulation. And what will happen is, if you've got kids, it will go straight to the kids. So yani khalas, you're fine. But if it's not kids, and if they're bigger, or if you have nannies that take that stress away from you, you're still seeking connection, and then it can go towards other men. Unfortunately,
can go to other men, but it can go to something else as well.
Absolutely. Okay. It can easily be channeled into something healthy, like work, passion, this, that, and the other. But if there's an idle mind, leads to seeking connections in the wrong places. So you'll see these girls married to CEOs, having great lives, but because they're a bit bored, they end up dating a broke guy that's like, who just tells her she looks good, and then she leaves her whole family for that one guy, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, we did hear a lot of CEOs that get divorced.
Yeah, and then he has to then support her and the kids for the rest of their life while she did something terrible. But I don't want to, why am I talking about this? Is this bad? I feel like it's a bad thing, no?
We're learning for all the nice guys here.
I'm so sorry, nice guys. Stay nice, but pick wisely.
Because I'm a nice guy here.
You are a nice guy.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a nice guy and a good human being?
Right.
Or a nice person. Let's not get girl or guy.
Okay. Nice is when you lack boundaries. Whereas good is you have very clear boundaries of what's acceptable and unacceptable. So to be good, you can sometimes not be nice. So what I mean by that, to be a good parent, you have to tell your child, you can't do this, you can do this, be home at this time, and you're not eating this today. To be nice, it's like, whatever you want, baby, you like, blah, blah, blah. So what nice is, and I say this about nice guys, is what women don't like about nice guys is when they lack masculinity. If you're nice because you can't seem to do the things that make you dangerous, like you haven't got the guts to be a risk taker, you haven't got the guts to say to somebody, I don't like what you're doing, and you haven't got the guts to do those things, then you're not actually nice, you're actually just lacking masculinity. But a good person has the ability to be very confrontational, very challenging, but chooses to be kind because that's what they want to do. Whereas nice is their default option because they don't have the courage to do the things that make people difficult.
So what advice do you give all these nice guys?
Don't be nice.
No,
Don't be nice. Just be a bad boy. You see everyone being an asshole now.
Be as nice as possible, but make sure you have boundaries with everybody in your life, not just women. That includes your siblings, parents, boss, whatever it is. When being nice involves sacrificing your own self-worth and means sacrificing your own boundaries, it's no longer nice. It's now low self-worth. But make sure that you've got boundaries with everybody and you're kind to everybody, but people know they can't take it too far with you. That's how you become a nice guy that still has success with women.
Yeah, but you just described like a normal dude.
Do you think so? No, some guys are just too nice. They'll see a girl like who's not treating them very well, but because they feel sorry for her, they're like, oh, but I just wanted to be nice, and so I just went and did this, that, and the other for her.
So you're saying like if a lady's not treating you well,
Yes,
just give it straight and leave.
absolutely. If she's not treating you well, don't make
Yeah, of
excuses
course.
for people. So sometimes what guys will do is a girl will treat them badly, and then they'll say, but she had a lot of difficulties at home, she's got a lot of trauma, she's got a lot of this, that, and the other. Absolutely show her sympathy, but you then don't extend yourself for that person because they're not able to do the same for you. So that's why you don't want to be too nice.
Question: are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Tab, you know a lot about therapists and you help people with their
Praise be
relationships.
to God, yeah.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah,
Yeah,
mashallah on you. But why don't you like find someone?
I do have someone.
You
but
do have
yeah,
someone?
I do have someone, but with me, I'll tell you the truth, I'm crazy. I'm batshit crazy.
And why girls are crazy? Why girls are crazy
Yeah,
sometimes?
exactly. Like,
Yeah. Why are you
like
crazy?
Why am I crazy or why girls crazy? Because
So
everyone's different.
We did get a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And one of the questions from the guys side were like, why are girls crazy?
Well,
It was
different
literally like
reasons.
I'm quoting.
I did a video on why hot girls are crazy. And hot girls tend to be more crazy than the average girl. And people never understand why. But I always say it's because hot girls see the worst side of men. They'll see men who are willing to like leave their wives to be with them. Or they'll go to the gym, they get hit on. They go to the supermarket, they get hit on. Everywhere they go, they get hit on. So they start to think men are so promiscuous. So when they get in a relationship and a man just simply says, I'm going to the gym, she's thinking, who are you going to talk to? Or if he's saying to her, I'm going on holiday, she's like, who are you going to sleep with? Because in her world, every time she interacts with a man,
That's her reality.
that's her reality. Whereas
Never
if you
thought
meet a
about
girl
that.
who's average and doesn't elicit that response from men, she's quite relaxed. She thinks, okay, go out with your friends, go have a great time. But a pretty
She
girl,
won't get jealous.
not as much. She might get jealous for different reasons. But when you meet a pretty girl, she's like, you're going to go to the club? Absolutely not. I know what a club looks like. Because in her world, she walks into a club, someone says, you're coming on my table and you're with me the whole night. So she sees a side of men that leaves her inherently insecure.
How can someone approach a hot girl the right way? If
That
everyone's
was one
approaching
of the
her?
other
Oh,
questions
really?
as well.
If everyone's approaching her.
One of the questions was like, I want to talk to women, but I don't know how.
Oh, it is hard. It is really hard. But what I
Is
would,
it really hard?
for a man,
Is it? Is it really, really hard? They're just human beings.
that's true. But do you know what I would say to men? You have to really remove your fear of rejection. Because the thing is, when you talk to women with no intention of trying to get with her and just talking to her, there's no fear of rejection. But when you operate with, I want to talk to this girl, there's so much fear of rejection that you can't enjoy the process.
Sure.
So I would always say, try and remove the fear of rejection.
Basically, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, halas, you don't even need it. Yeah.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on simping?
simping is this is what I don't understand. What do you guys classify as simping? Because sometimes I'll see on social media a guy's nice to his girlfriend and it's like, oh, you're a simp. Well, what is a simp?
Simping is basically when a guy is giving from one side and is
And
not
he's
getting
not receiving anything.
getting anything
I
back
just
from his
think-
partner.
Overgiving.
Yeah, overgiving. You're setting yourself up for trauma because girls aren't designed to be with men who completely just dedicate everything. They need some element of, I have to work for this. Otherwise, they start pushing the boundaries. They test him more and more and they respect him less and less. So you can simp, but it doesn't actually get the outcome you want. The outcome you want is a healthy relationship. You're not going to get that through just giving and not accepting anything. You're going to end up resenting her and she's going to end up disrespecting you. It's not worth it.
So why do girls like bad guys, bad boys?
We like bad boys. It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
She didn't say girls. She said we.
We.
You know, she likes the bad boy.
I
no?
do not. I do not. I don't.
To
think
be honest, we're all about honesty now. We're not judging you. No one's judging you.
Okay.
You like the bad boys?
No, I think what.
Leather jackets.
No,
yeah,
I
let's
don't
go.
think
Tattoos,
I like
let's
bad
go.
boys. I think what it is with women, generally speaking, what it is, we've evolved to be attracted to men that are risk takers, risky men. Because back in the days when we were hunter-gatherer times, when we lived in caves and all that stuff, the man that was risk-taking would go out and get you food, hunt, gather, climb trees, everything to get you. The guy that wasn't a risk-taker, you would end up starving. So we naturally like men who are risk-taking. And when bad boys, the difference between bad boys and good boys is they are just incredible risk takers. So when it comes to making money, they'll take quick risks. When it comes to driving a car, they'll risk it and go really fast. When it comes to women, they might risk it all and just do what they want. So that risk taking thing, even though it's counterproductive, we're evolved to be attached to it. So that's why we like bad boys. In my
She
opinion.
went all the way back to the
I
roots.
know.
She
we
went
went
back
back-
to history, bro.
That-
Follow-up question. You were telling me that you have ADHD.
I do have ADHD. Yeah.
And how are you a psychologist if you have ADHD? Like, don't you have to listen?
Yes, but what I would say is ADHD, I consider it being hyper intelligent. It just means your brain can go from so many different places to one and then recalibrate and come back there. So when I say I've got ADHD, you'll tell me something, I'll have a million questions and I'll ask this question that I've heard, and it all comes together to make a picture of what's going on in your brain. So even though I talk a lot and I've got ADHD, when I'm listening, my brain is going da 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 da, trying to figure out what your childhood did and what relationship with your dad looks like, and then it'll piece together what's going on very quickly. It's like a computer. It's so weird, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. All praise be to God.
That's great.
Mhm.
So in your lifespan right now,
Yeah.
studying, learning, with relationships and all, what's the best advice you have for guys?
For men.
Yeah, for men.
For men. And then we'll...
The person.
Because you've seen everything.
I've seen everything. I have seen everything. My best advice to you would be to seek a partner that is willing to stay committed to the marriage rather than committed to you. And what I mean by that is when you are going to choose somebody based on them, when there's times are hard, what happens with women, when times are tough and they're not happy with you, they'll leave. Yeah, it's that simple. They disappear. But especially in this day and age,
They have
because
other options.
yeah? In this day and age, it's crazy. But when you meet a woman who's committed to staying committed and committed to the marriage, they recognize it's a season and it's bad right now, but we're not breaking this commitment to the marriage. And it takes the pressure off the person to be perfect. So I would say to men and women, try and stay committed to the marriage rather than the person, because people are fallible. People are going to let you down. But staying committed to a marriage makes it more likely that you're going to succeed.
Because now in the States, 70% of marriages end with divorce.
70%.
70%.
Oh,
Can you imagine that?
well, I can imagine it, sadly. What do you think is the cause of that?
Because of
You
that?
should be asking me this, but I'm just curious. What do you think is the cause of that?
I think so because nowadays, even the culture, but I said in the States, in America, the culture doesn't help, to sustain a family. Everyone, like, especially the girls and the guys, they get bored. They're used to the quick stuff. They hop from someone to someone to someone. People aren't connected. They don't have this emotional bond together.
Yeah, and there's no motivation. I think there's no motivation to stay together, especially if you don't have a faith. It doesn't make sense to stick to one person forever. So there's no motivation. And I think also people are putting the needs of them above the needs of the kids a lot more now. Now, before it'd be like, we've got kids together, let's just do it. Now it's like, I'm not happy, so let's get divorced, and it doesn't matter if the kids are happy or not.
So you're saying people are more selfish now?
Absolutely, but it's designed to make us selfish. Having apps where you post pictures of yourself and having like like surgery so available. It's all individual achievements. These are all, an Instagram is an individual achievement, a TikTok is an individual achievement, and having the ability to, like, I'm just a normal person, we're just normal people, but now we have a platform where we can talk. It's designed to create narcissism and like selfishness and you rather than us, and so people are far more selfish now.
So should someone be like Andrew Tate to be happy?
Welcome to my course on masculinity, and in this course not only will I be able to completely transform your understanding of women, but on a more personal level you will enhance your self-esteem, self-respect and your boundaries. The goal of this course is to take a man that has absolutely fantastic intentions, wants to find love, wants to commit, wants to have a good healthy relationship, but is finding that he's constantly running into women who are narcissistic, who are disrespectful, who are disloyal. Now, if you are finding that continuously, then there must be something in your engagement with women that is causing this. What my course will do is look at where this problem comes from, how to resolve it, how to communicate effectively with men and women, and how to command respect. Most importantly, how to improve your self-respect. And throughout the course, you'll be given interactive sessions, but with course materials to help you channel and journal your learning. So if you are interested in becoming the most masculine version of yourself, join today.